Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Boateng Bismark, and I am here to take you through a lesson. By the way, I will ask this question: have you ever wondered what's inside your computer and how it works? If yes, that is very good. But if no, let's look from our next projection. You could see from the screen, this is a disassembled component of a system unit. You can see the system unit case, the power unit and fan, the motherboard, sound card, memory, processor and graphics card, and also a backing storage. Okay, let's move on. Introduction to computer hardware is the topic that we are going to treat today. So what are our objectives? These are our objectives. So by the end of this lesson, we must be able to identify basic hardware components of a computer and understand the functions of each hardware component, and also try to differentiate between input, output and storage devices. So I have this question for you: have you ever used a keyboard, mouse or a printer before? If yes, then these are all hardware components. So what is a computer hardware? And we say hardware refers to the physical component of a computer system that you can see and touch. These include devices such as input devices, output devices, internal component and storage devices. And we say hardware works alongside software to perform computing tasks. What are the core components of hardware? We have the CPU. So you can see from the screen, the full meaning of the CPU is the central processing unit, and it is the computer's brain that processes instructions from software and hardware. And the main parts are the control unit, the ALU, the cache, and some functions of the CPU are fetch, it decode and execute instructions. So the speed of the CPU can be measured in the gigahertz. So the main importance or the main function is the essential for all computing tasks. Here is the RAM, and the meaning of the RAM is random access memory. So they are the temporal memory used for quick data access. The main purpose is to store data and instructions that the CPU needs immediately. Data is lost when the computer is turned off. It is faster than storage devices. The main importance is to improve the system performance by reducing load times. We have storage devices, and we are talking about the HDD, that is the hard disk drive. And this is a mechanical storage device with spanning disks that we call platters. So the speed, if you compare this to the SSD, this is slower than the SSD, and the capacity, it offers a larger storage at a lower cost and prone to wear and damage due to mechanical components. So the main use, ideally for bulk data storage. This is the SSD, that is the solid state drive, and it's an electronic storage device with no moving parts, faster than the HDD, smaller than the HDD in terms of capacity, and more durable and resistant to physical shock. The main use is preferred for operating systems, apps and frequent access data. So these are some peripheral devices. We have the input devices and output devices, and these are some examples of input devices. We have the keyboard and the mouse, and here we have the output devices, that is the monitor on your left side and the printer on your right side. Let's talk about the motherboard. The motherboard is the main circuit board in a computer that connects all components including CPU, RAM, storage devices and peripheral devices. It acts as the backbone of the computer, enabling communication between hardware parts through its built-way in pathways called buses. This is a real-world example of a motherboard. I have created some mnemonic to remember key hardware categories, and I say it is called the IPOS. That you cut it short, IPOS, and it means I personally organize the system. So you can see from the screen, each letter corresponds to a major hardware component category. This is a block diagram of a computer. You can see we have the input unit, the output unit, the storage unit, and the central processing unit. These are some try questions to test your capabilities to elicit your performance. 1. Which components is responsible for processing information? With some multiple choice, so you can choose your own answer and see if you are right. Number 2, what type of storage is fastest? And also there is multiple choice answers. You can choose one. Let's look out for the answers. That is the right answers. Here are the answers. 1, the answer is A, CPU, and we said it is the brain of the computer. 2, we have the SDD, that is the solid state drivers, are very faster than the HDDs. Here are some quiz to assess your performance. Please kindly share your response or give me feedback through the comment section for me to have contact with you to see whether you are right or not. Here are some key points, and we say input devices provide the initial data and commands. The CPU processes the information. Output devices display or produce the results. Storage devices store data for future use. Remember, these components work together to enable a computer to perform tasks and provide information. A diagram to show input, process, output and storage. So you can see on your left hand side we have a keyboard, and it inputs information into the system and it is processed to be released and output. And you can see from the printer machine there is information that is printed out. This is a practical takeaway. Next time you use a computer, think about each piece of hardware contribute to its operation. See you later. Thank you very much. Bye bye.